Hello everybody, and welcome back to Project Zomboid. And as you can see, I have a fleet of vehicles. And I've been grinding a little bit of mechanics, and we'll be doing a bit more mechanics today. We're also gonna get into metalworking, and yeah, a couple other things, depending on how long it all takes. So yeah, in between episodes, I've done a live stream where I went to the factory, the Electromax? I always forget the name. We've been there before. The factory, whoop, there near the storage facilities. There were 4 really nice vans. They're not all perfect, but at least one of these is really clean. So I'm really happy with that. I just kept going back and forth. Of course, I was interrupted by a thunderstorm, so that was a little spicy. And yeah, that's mostly what I've been doing. And I've been grinding my mechanics. Let me see. Mechanics level 2, hell yeah. I wanted to get that up to level 2 because I want to check the VHS tapes right now. And say you're like at level 1.5 and the VHS tape gets you over the edge to level 2 and you lose the bonus, then it's not an efficient way to do it. So like, well, if I wait to level 2, then I watch the tape, then I have a decent chunk of XP that I could potentially get. So I'll show you in a little bit how I grinded the first 2 levels. It's not very difficult, it's just something you have to know how it works. And now that we have power, now that we have tapes and we have all the books, we can at least start watching these 2 car zones. I think they give you like 75 XP each. Which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but for the early levels it is quite useful. So I'm just gonna blast through that real quick. Hey, that's a whole level from 1 tape. 1 and a bit actually, holy shit. Part of me is like, well, maybe you should be efficient about it and now level up to level 4. But the thing about tapes is I think you get chunks of XP in 2 or 3 chunks over the duration of a tape. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load up tape 2. By the way, right click the tape to get the old one out and then drag another one onto it. That's how it works. And I'm gonna keep this open. And I will go a little bit faster. Let's see, that's pretty close to another level, but of course this next level is already a little bit... No, that's it, okay. So yeah, I guess 2 tapes you can safely watch just at the start of that. So we are really close to level 4, which I'm pretty excited about. It didn't take a stupid amount of time to grind it actually. That's pretty cool. I do have some more tapes that I want to watch at some point. Exposure survival can get us fishing, trapping, foraging XP. So it's always useful. Mother's Boy gives you a tiny bit of short blade XP. Woodcraft for carpentry. I'm super close to level 10, so there's not really any point anymore. But you know, we have the option now, and before we didn't, because you know, we just didn't have the power to watch TV, watch the tapes. So I've been organizing. I've been organizing a lot. You may remember last time it was a bit of a mess. So I have all my weapons here. I think, yeah, last video I got a couple wood axes. One is inside, so that's really nice. Here I have all my metal stuff. I have a lot of sheet metal. And this is the only core stuff, the rest is here on the floor. And it's sheet metal, metal pipes, metal bars, scrap metal, all that stuff. I have a lot of propane here, 10 full tanks. Then 1 that's mostly full. And I loaded up a lot of propane here. Let me see. All my torches, I want to use those up first. More in my backpack. 15 torches in total. I have 3 partially used propane tanks that I want to try to burn through. Or, you know, I don't think I'll need all that much actually. I just want to get like 2 levels in metalworking, because metalworking and mechanics, they kind of go hand in hand. And it can be a little daunting to start with that, because it goes hand in hand and you don't know exactly how it works. It's a bit of a pain, which I totally understand, but I will show you how to get the first couple levels of mechanics XP. So you don't need a whole lot. I usually just take a screwdriver and a wrench, but I don't even think you need a wrench early levels. I just like to keep it on me. And you can go to the hood, press E on the hood, or you can press U from anywhere on the car, and this menu opens. Must have shown you this before. And what you can do for the first levels, you can uninstall. Whoop, and I'm gonna fast forward, and then I'm gonna reinstall the battery first. And both of those actions gives you a little bit of XP. Then I'm gonna right click the radio right here in the menu. Uninstall. Install radio. Boop, boop. It always helps to have the box on the left. It makes the interface work a little bit better. And then you can uninstall both headlights and both taillights and install all of them again. So these are the only options you can do at a really low level. You can't even swap the tires. Well, you can, but there's a chance of failure. And sometimes if there's a chance of failure, there's also a chance of damage. Probably not for the tires, but I just don't risk it. And I just repeat this once a day for every car. Because you can get XP for each actions once per day per car. But if you've done it at like 10 PM and then you do it again at 2 AM, I've had instances where that didn't work. So, you know, maybe you can make a bit of a routine out of it. Like, I'm gonna do it every day around, you know, the start of the day or something. Somewhere in the middle of the day, or maybe you skip a day. That's obviously fine. But just maybe there has to be a certain amount of time in between it as well. People always say once a day. Yeah, that mostly works. So yeah, we just need to do that a couple more times. Let's see, how much XP do we need? Mechanics, 694. I think you get like... Let's just do one car, one run, and see how much XP we get. I don't actually have to get to the next level. There's nothing I necessarily need level 4 for, but I'm just looking at that almost level 4, so if I can easily get over the edge, then let's do it, but I'm not gonna spend too much time on it right now. I don't mind grinding a little bit off recording in between sessions. I'll just be super careful to hopefully not die, because it would really suck dying off while I'm not recording. Oh, I don't have a battery installed, whoops. I don't like doing this in the rain, where visibility is low. I don't do it at night, because, you know, you might get sleepy, you might be less perceptive. It's really sketchy, but the rain shouldn't cause too much of an issue, I hope. So, did I do 2 more cars? I forgot to check. 694 to 733, that's like 39-ish XP. That might have actually been 2 cars for 39 XP. It's not a lot. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to get right into level 4. We are so close. Hey, and there we go. Beautiful. So now if we right click the hood and do repair, does it change the odds? Yeah, we went from 28 to 30% potentially repairs. So it does serve to level up. I'm glad I got to see that. And as you get closer to level 10, I mean level 10 is really high, but the more you get up, if you get up just a couple more levels, it can really pay. It can yeah, really prove itself useful. And as our metalworking goes up, that probably also affects the other repairs that you do need metalworking for. Now there's one thing about generators that I forgot to mention last time that is actually really hecking important. So I put it in the comments last time, but I also mentioned right now. I show you guys how to hook up a generator, how to fill it up, all that stuff. I didn't actually show you guys how to repair it and why that's really important. I didn't mention that either. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these scrap electronics. I already had a wrench on me, as I said before. We're gonna check the generator info, and it says here fuel 76, condition 85. So what we can do is fix generator, takes a wrench, I think a pipe wrench works too, and scrap electronics from watches. And each part gives us 4% condition. And this process gives us electrical, which is really nice. So as time progresses, you'll at some point get to electrical free. You know, read the books if you can. And then you can move an oven, which is really awesome. But the thing that I forgot to mention last time is if you let the condition of a generator go below 20%, it might explode. And that's obviously not something we want, because it's risky. It might burn down your base. And outside it's not too bad. Especially if you have it right up your wall, you might burn down your whole base. And you might burn these crates with everything that's in it, you know? So yeah, something really important that I kind of forgot. I might actually do a whole video on fire safety, because that's a whole topic on itself. All the different ways you can start a fire, and you can prevent fire from happening. It's pretty important stuff. Definitely let me know if that's something you're interested in. I'll probably do it regardless, but if people are like, yes please, I've already burned down 2 bases, then I'll be like, okay, that should be a high priority. Okay, let's fill up my water. I still have some food. And I'm already wearing the welder mask. Let's get into some metalworking. We can do a little bit before it gets too late. So what I'm gonna do is I have the welder mask is a necessity. You really need it. Unless you mod it, you really need it. And you're gonna need a bunch of torches. Or at least 1 torch and some propane tanks or whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this truck a little bit closer. And I'm gonna go into this restaurant, because restaurants have toilets, they have sinks, they have a lot of stuff to dismantle. And schools are also really good. You can do fridges from random homes. Typically, big things are good for XP. They might also use more propane though. I'm not entirely sure what's the best ratio, what's the most bang for the buck. Dismantling car wrecks is really good. You can right click on the car wreck, dismantle that. I could probably dismantle these counters. Let me check. This assemble has items in container, right. Let's dismantle these. Let's put the thingy on the left. With metalworking, we just have 0 XP. I haven't done a single thing yet. I think if it's above like 6-7 XP, hey, 10 XP. That's pretty decent. Not sure what you get from a car, but when it comes to furniture, if you get like 6, it's on the low end. I think 12 is decent. Of course, it is already gone past the multiplier, so it might actually be only like 3 XP. There, let's dismantle a couple more. So sometimes I'll be like, well, I have plenty propane, I'm not gonna go for peak efficiency. I just wanna get some shit done. So I'll go look for, for a school has a whole row of lockers, so you could go from one to the other really quickly. It's really useful. But if you don't have a lot of propane, you might want to be as efficient as possible. And then I think fridges are really good, and other kitchen appliances, so I'm just gonna try one of these really big things. So we're currently at 58.5 XP. Let's do the large modern oven. Oh! That's a... I think my guy used a screwdriver for that. I think he got electrical XP for that. Let me see. Needs a screwdriver. Alrighty then. How about... I want one of these ovens. They're really nice. Do I want two though? Do I want these counters? No. Ooh, let's do one of these fridges. Has things in container, of course. Right, there's still butter here. I might have to come back for that. You can also use the, just like with carpentry, you can use this menu on the left and do disassemble that way. If you prefer that way of doing it. Alright, so 12.5. Yeah, I think we got a couple decent chunks of XP for those, but we'll probably use more propane, you know. Oh, scrap electronics is always good to have. So yeah, basically you can dismantle everything. You can get these bins. They're okay. I think they do like 6 XP. And let me check. These hanging things, these suction extractor hoods, take electrical. The oven itself. Metalworking. Screw it, let's do one. Nothing good. So yeah, I really don't mind grinding metalworking. It's... You could take a lot of propane with you. You know, if you already like me, like if you've been looting a factory, you'll have enough. Obviously, that's not going to be everyone. Also brought book number 2 in case I wanted to study a little bit on the go. I'm just now realizing there are a whole lot of fences nearby. If you guys remember the first place we lived, that was pretty close to the little mall over here, and there were a lot of fences, I think. Let me see, where were they exactly? Yep, there we go. It shouldn't be too busy here, because I've been clearing this street, I've been going up and down it to get to the factory. First action was the little pool, in case you were wondering why didn't the fence disappear. So this is really nice way to grind in my opinion. If you have the propane, if you have the books, you could just go whoop, 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 from one to the other. And I want to get at least a level 2, and then we're going to check out what's... Hey, that's level 2, right? Nice. And then we could check out what the odds of repair is. Oh, one strange thing. I barely saw any loot drop. Just one metal bar? I think we really got boned by RNG here. Normally these are a really good source of pipes and bars, I think, but I think I just got really, yeah, really bad luck. That's okay. We can get so much stuff from the factory, forever low on metal bars and pipes. I'm really not worried about it. Alright, let's head home. I think there's a shortcut coming up. Pretty pleased with my little fleet of cars here. I was actually thinking... Is that a puddle? Yeah. I was actually thinking about making a bit of a carport. A bit of a roof to work on our cars in safety. I mean, roof to keep dry, but also walls to keep us safe. But I was like, yeah... I'm also lazy, so I'm not gonna do that right now. So let's just check. We could have checked every car, it doesn't matter, but let's have another look. Repair, one metal sheet, 79% chance. I don't remember what it said before. 100% chance with 79% repairs. We would need a metal sheet. Metalworking 1. We didn't have that before. Mechanics 2, we have level 4, so we're at double the levels for each. We have the propane, we have a metal sheet, we got that from a kitchen. You know what? Let's give it a try. Because it's not that much material. And here now we have a 78% hood and a bit of XP. And you really want that hood to be okay, because the hood protects the engine in a collision. So whether you're hitting a tree, a zombie, a different car, if you have to pick, definitely go for something that's movable. Like a car or a zombie can move, so does less damage. A tree or a light post is way worse. But if you have a hood that is 50% or more, then it's gonna absorb most of the damage and keep the hood a bit better, the engine a bit better. So this car we've been beating up a little bit, because it was one of the only vehicles we had, and you know, I had a couple accidents. Shit happens. So the engine is already 51%. It's not great. If we'd done this earlier, it probably would have been a bit better. So it's not going to be super reliable, it's okay. We can maybe someday we'll patch it up, because if we feel nostalgic about this vehicle, because I really do like the color. Really doesn't matter, it's just nice. Let's have a look at this hood. This hood is 52%. Ideally I would fix this one up too, because the engine is so nice. Engine quality is 79, which is really good. It's probably my best engine in this row here. And I think this one just has a really good hood, but not that great of an engine. And the quality isn't amazing, but the hood is really nice. So what we could do is we can just uninstall. Recommended skill is free, we have 4, so we're not going to take any damage. And now we have a hood on us. Nice. So I'm just gonna drop the hood real quick, because it is heavy. It weighs, let me just put it down first, 15. It weighs 15. And you know what? I'm gonna continue this in the morning, because it's a little dark. I'm hungry, I'm anxious. I prefer doing this with daylight. Yeah, that's a lot better. Now we can see what we're doing. So now I'm gonna go to this van. That's overall in really good shape. Right click the hood, uninstall. Whoop. I'm gonna drop the damaged one. Pick up the really nice one. I'm gonna do right click. You could just click on the car where the missing thing is supposed to go, but you can also do it here on the red text hood. Install hood 80%. So if you have several on you, you can easily see which is which. And now we have this van that is really hecking nice. I think one of these is in really good shape too. I really got lucky with the car lottery. Yeah, this one's really awesome. Nice. So yeah, that's the basics of mechanics. There's of course a lot more you could do. I think you can also take a hood that is lying on the floor, that's not on the car, and you can repair it like this too. Again, 79%. If you repair it with a metal sheet, which we don't have right now. You can also use 2 small metal sheets. It's apparently less of a quality repair than a big one. I think you can turn small ones into big ones into small ones, but I don't think it's a 2-to-1 ratio, so it is still less materials, and that's why it's less effective. And yeah, this first option is for those that don't have metalworking, so they could just use screws instead of propane. That's why I've been picking up all those boxes of screws. I never use them. And this is partially why, because it's not the best way to repair. And every time that you repair, you get less impressive results. Just like fixing up weapons. If you repair your hammer, you don't have that option. I thought you could repair a hammer in here. Repair a hunting knife. You can use duct tape or glue to repair a hunting knife. First time you get 50%. Second time might only be 33. Third time 25, etc. So ideally, you want to do the best repair you can. Because you're only going to do it so often. That is, you know, if you care about efficiency. You might think, well, you know, I've never lived that long that it matters. You could just pick up a different vehicle. I like to be efficient because I'm, you know, a little nitpicky when it comes to that. There's no need to be as anal about it as I am, to be honest. Alright, so there's more we could do with metalworking. We can also barricade our home in a more aesthetically pleasing way and a more durable way. Let me see if I can demonstrate that real quick, because I've been meaning to do that anyways. Because most of you will have barricaded with wood, just wood and nails. But what you can also do is you can use sheet metal and propane. So I'm just gonna take, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 metal no, one more. 4 metal sheet, perfect. And this weather has not been great. And if the game will let me, there we go, it won't right click, it does that. I can unbarricade. We can look in now. Let's make sure to drop the planks because it's heavy as heck. So yeah, we have propane on us, we have metal sheet. I think I have enough propane still, and we could do right click and barricade metal sheet instead of barricade blank. Now it covers a larger portion, but probably not all of this. It's probably gonna... it looks okay, because we can't really see, apart from those 3 pixels, we can't really see that it's a busted window, right? No, it looks okay, except when it... yeah, it's fine. So, it is safer, it's stronger. You can also barricade the inside, just like with planks. You can barricade either side, but it's already way more hit points. And zombies generally prefer the door here. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. And I'm gonna do all of them with propane. There's a real chance that when we get a sledgehammer, I'll probably just get rid of these sections, because it's gonna look a little bit messy, but that's just an aesthetics choice that it really doesn't matter in any way. Although that's not entirely true, it does matter. Zombies prefer hitting doors and barricaded windows over hitting walls. Even if it's a player-made wall, they can break it, they will break it if it comes down to it, if they really want to get in and that's their pathing. But they will prefer the door over the wall. So placing a wall where there used to be a window or door is definitely something that makes sense in some situations. If you have the resources, the time, if you don't care about those, about what it costs, it is definitely a strategy. Nice. It also just looks pretty good in my opinion. I mean, upgrading to metal, but also upgrading to a wall. And just because I'm not so fussed, I think full barricades on all sides is probably about as strong as just metal sheet on one side. I think it's somewhere... I think one metal sheet is about 2 to 3 times stronger than 4 planks. Something like that. So yeah, it's pretty good like this, and I'm not too worried about my safety. If zombies do come in, I could just run onto the roof and hop off. Which is not 100% safe, but if you're not overweight, if you're not carrying too much, it should be fine. Alright, let's put the butter in the fridge. And let's get a bit more food. I've been trying to lose some weight. Because I was almost hitting 85 as I was going on the mission for vehicles and stuff. Sweet. So, Metalworking 2. Yeah, let me just read the book. Actually, let me first just check. Have I even read... Book is in the truck. Have I even read the Metalwork magazines? Those are probably good to mention as well. So, you guys may have seen Metalwork magazine 1, 2, 3, and I think, yeah, there's a 4th one. I don't have the 2nd one. So the first one will let you make metal walls, metal roof. It's just like making a floor, I think. I've never actually done it. But yeah, let me see actually, maybe we can make, let me grab some material actually. I have read the book. Because we can right click on the ground and we can do carpentry. We can make a wall and we can make a wooden wall frame. You can basically make the same out of metal, but let me just check. I think I need to have a full propane torch before I can check what the options are with metal. Yeah, so yeah, you can make the same wall frame out of metal. You can also just cover the wall with metal instead of with wood. So you can make much stronger walls. I never really bothered to use the material that way. You can also make fences, it's really good. I could have actually tried it out. I didn't think about getting so in-depth in my preparation because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get into metalworking to make cars, but maybe we can have a quick peek at it. Ah, there we go. So now I have torches and we can do metal work. We can make a metal wall frame. It uses propane, welding rods, metal bars, and metalworking level 3. Okay. We can make a metal door, metal fence, metal roof. It's just like placing a floor. 6 metal sheet. For this we could do with our low level. So I never really bothered to do those things. If you need this much protection for your base, then I always kind of feel like maybe your base is in a poor position, or maybe you're bringing in too many zombies when you get home. I always feel like the wood is just strong enough, you know? But yeah, let me just go and read the book. And I'll check on the farm real quick, and I'll check some stuff, and maybe we can dismantle some more stuff for XP. Maybe we can visit, maybe, I think I know a couple car wrecks that we could check out. So yeah, I'll be back in a sec. Alright, I read the book, I slept, I ate. All is good. Before we go out to check on the cars to disassemble, I wanted to mention you can also read the 4th one to turn metal sheet into small metal sheet, or to turn small metal sheet into large metal sheet. So I did touch on that before. You can turn one into the other. But you do have to read this magazine. Let's just see if I can see it here in the crafting menu. Make metal sheet takes 4 small ones. And make small metal sheets makes 3, and it takes 1 big one. So that makes sense, that it's not, you can't infinitely turn one into the other and the other one back into the first one. There will be some loss, and of course you do use propane. But yeah, that's an option. You can also, if you find Metalworking Magazine Volume 2, you can make storage boxes, just like these wooden ones. But you can make them, I think, out of sheet metal. So that's pretty cool. They hold more, I think. I think they hold 80? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. A friend of mine uses them, and he can always put 104 in because he has the organized rate, so it's 30% more. So that is, yeah, 24 more, so 80. 80 for a normal character. Let's just bring a couple foods just in case. Let's go look for a little bit more metalworking XP. Just double check. Metalworking, yeah, multiplier 5 times, perfect. I have propane, I have torches. Beautiful. I know some car wrecks, you can't always see if you can dismantle them, sadly. It's a little silly. I always thought that it has to be below 10% overall condition or something. But no, it seems a bit hit and miss, so I'm really hoping one of these at least can be dismantled. But we'll see how it goes. Just gonna keep the engine running. Keep the light on, so we can see what we're doing. So I'm really hoping this one, yeah, dismantle car wreck. It shouldn't matter how exactly where you click on the car, but just try a couple times. If dismantle car wreck shows up, you can come back with propane. Of course, if you don't have propane, it'll be in red, but you can see if it's possible. And it's a great source of metal pipes, metal bars, metal sheet, all the stuff. It's really nice. Just quickly gotta hop in the car and hop out because the sound is gonna be annoying. There we go, thank you. Sweet. There are mods that let you just dismantle every car there is. Which is really nice. If you want to clear up a whole highway of car wrecks, and for some reason the game is like, no, you can't wreck these, then that mod can help out. But we're just playing base game, vanilla stuff. So we're just gonna be dismantling those that we can. It takes a while, so I'm just speeding through it. And 3 metal sheets, 1 scrap metal, 1 metal pipe. That's not bad. Put all of it in the bag. It takes 1 whole propane torch, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this one was just full. So it does take some stuff, but I think you can get like 10 or 12 full torches out of a full propane tank, so it's really not that bad if, you know, you have a stockpile. Actually, I have no idea where we could find more. But it is great XP. In fact, let me show you. Can I do this safely? Not really. I could pause. Let's go. Metalworking. So, oh, it's not that amazing. 37 XP. We do have the 5 times multiplier now. I thought it was more, honestly. But, you know, it stacks up. You get a lot of material. So I mostly do it for the material more than for the XP. And say you spawn... Say you have a base in Muldra. Let's see, Muldra. And you want to travel to Rosewood. There's an intersection here between Muldra and Rosewood that you're likely to drive past with lots of car wrecks. And from the road from Muldra to West Point, that road has a lot of car wrecks, and between West Point and Louisville too. So those places are definitely worthwhile to clear out with propane, to wreck all those, so you can more easily travel back and forth. So you can get a lot of materials, a lot of XP. So then it makes total sense. But comparing dismantling cars to dismantling fridges might not be as efficient. I honestly don't know. So yeah, I just wanted to check a couple of these cars, because I do remember pulling up a couple cars off the road here. Well, yeah, I do have a crowbar on me, but it's a little hard to see. So I hope I don't attract whole hordes. From the look of it, these cars are in pretty okay shape. Yeah, can't dismantle this one. Kinda don't want to dismantle this one, but... and you can't. Usually the cars that you can dismantle, they look really busted. They are kind of misshapen in a way, in a worse way. But I wanted to check them out anyways, because I wasn't entirely sure what they look like. And my plan B was to go to the school, which is, I think, is about here. A little further down the street. Because, as I said, the school is a great way to grind a bunch of metalworking XP. Perfect. I don't know how busy it's gonna be here. Ooh, let's get some water from this one. And let's dismantle this hanging sink. Often stuff like sinks, toilets, I think they have a good chance of giving pipes and bars. Of course, I'm not getting a whole lot here. RNG is not on my side. Hey, that's a pipe or a bar. Getting into the toilets can be tricky. Actually, getting in not so much, but dismantling can be tricky because the game doesn't know if you want to dismantle the door, the wall, the toilet. And I've been here dismantling doors, and I'd get like 5 to 10 door hinges or something. It's like, sometimes it's like there is 5 doors in the same location. It's really janky. I think something went wrong with making some of these toilet stalls. So sometimes it's really a pain. Actually, so far it's behaving quite well. I had it in my other run in West Point. Maybe the West Point school is janky, maybe I have a mod that's janky, it doesn't matter. Just know that if it happens, it might be good to bring a hammer, bring a screwdriver, so you can also take off the doors. And in fact, I'm just gonna smash all these doors, because I don't mind having some more hinges and doorknobs. Those are really heckin' useful. Alright. So yeah, not a whole lot of metal yet, but I do like stockpiling hinges and doorknobs. Just makes me feel safer. Alright, let me also drop a couple things. Oh, and have more metal stuff here, of course. That's why it was so heavy. Bars and pipes. See, not a lot of metal bars yet, sadly, but we'll live. Alright, let me just find some more stuff. Let's go to the kitchen. Ooh, and these machines are probably good. 1 metal sheet, 1 scrap metal. You can also get rid of these metal shells. Basically, if it has metal, you know, it counts as metal. It makes a lot of sense. You can get these chairs have metal in them. Again, you can kind of tell from, you know, visually. If they look like they have metal, they probably have metal. It's not 100% always correct, but typically you can just, you know, trust your eyes. There are a couple pieces of furniture in the game that make you go, wait, that's not right. Why is that not metal? It's clearly metal, but for the most part, it's it all makes sense. See it. We have a lot of lockers here to dismantle, which is really awesome. Skulls are a gold mine for XP. You also get a lot of unusable metal, which of course is unusable as the name suggests. Shame, but kind of makes you wonder why it's even in the game, if there's literally zero function. So I'm just gonna look for the cafeteria. It's probably over here. Maybe these are the double doors that lead to the cafeteria. Yes. Quickly make sure it's safe. I don't think this is metal stuff. I think this is, yeah, carpentry. Which is great if you're looking for nails. But let's go see if we can get into the kitchen. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Of course, you're gonna have to clear all of this out. I'm not used to that anymore. I always use the disassemble items with, I don't know what the mod's called. There's a mod that lets you dismantle even if there's stuff inside it. Because it's kind of a silly game mechanic. Zombies can break it when there's items in it. Why can't we? And then it just drops onto the ground. It's really no biggie to just clear it out manually. So yeah, I'm not really checking how much XP I'm getting, but you do get, as you could see, you can get screws from certain objects, which is really nice. So we can use screws for car repairs. It's a cutting board. I was thinking, hey, there's metal. No. Oh, ketchup. Ketchup is good. I don't think it goes bad at all. Ooh, pickles is good. Also doesn't go bad. The pickles are eternal. Just clear all of these out. I was gonna say, I feel like I should be getting another level soon. And I guess I timed it pretty well. Sweet. Any metal on the floor? 2 metal sheets, 1 small sheet. Scrap electronics, that's it. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm getting massive luck here on the drops, but you know. It's no biggie, we can always go to the factory for more anyway, so... Ooh, yeast. Yeast is a really good find, that's rare and you need it for bread? And maybe for cake, I'm not sure. Pepper and salt, it's technically food. And you know, obviously seasoning, just in real life you can add it to any recipe to make it... I actually don't know if it makes you more happy or makes it more tasty or... It's... Oh, there's electrical level 2. Oh, that's exciting. I really want to get to electrical level 3 so we can get an oven in our home. We don't need it, but it would feel more like home if we had an oven, you know? Just for a bit of role-playing and realism. But we'll get to that point eventually. As I said before, even just fixing up a generator will give us electrical XP, so I'm not rushing that too much. Okay, so I'm gonna scan the area real quick for a metal sheet. Scrap metal is good. Yeah, we're getting some decent stuff right now. Some screws. Not bad. Is our bag full? Oh, bag isn't full. We could put stuff in the bag. For some reason I thought my bag was full, but... Alright. Let's eat a cabbage. I was tricked again by the cutting board. And let's eat another cabbage. Of course we were bored and agitated, so I should have a smoke. Man, imagine being inside for 6 hours. Character is like, I'm gonna lose my mind. It's kinda silly. Guys, let's dump in the car where we can. Because it's all heavy as heck. It's probably already quite a decent cargo. Dump the empty torches. What else? What else? Couple more metal pipes. So let's have a look. What did we get all in all so far? 1 bar, 7 pipes, 11 of the large metal sheets. Those are really good for car repairs. Some screws for metal sheets. Not bad. And now that we do have level 3 metalworking, there's a decent chance a repair will be even more effective. We can actually check it out in a sec. Oh, there are some new trees here. I think I used to drive this now and then, but there's definitely been a bit more erosion, so I gotta be a bit more careful going down there. Or, you know, cut the trees. Now there's just one more thing I want to do. We don't have a passenger side window in this truck, which is just... it's bothering me. That car, I've been babying it. I really like how it looks. In general, I like the pickup truck, but... so I just want to check, can we take out a windshield? I don't like to mess with this vehicle. Well, maybe this will be a donor vehicle? Can we take out... no, don't smash it. Uninstall. Yeah, no risk. Let me just see, do we have a nice window in one of the vehicles that's a little bit shit? This one isn't so pretty. This window is 70%. We can uninstall. It doesn't say chance of success, chance of failure, so there is no chance of failure. No chance of damage. Nice. It is heavy as heck. Although it's not that bad. Every time I open this menu, I see the window blinking at me. I'm like, I know. I had to smash it. It hurt my soul. I had to do it. Okay, now I can breathe. Okay, slight exaggeration, but I'm sure you know how it feels. So I just hopped into debug to explain a couple more things that I kinda went over too quickly before, or I kinda forgot to mention at all. So first off, when you want to start with mechanics, I may have mentioned this in the past, you need the lanes auto manuals. You need the commercial models for these vans, same for the step van there in the back, and the pickup trucks with or without top, that's all commercial vehicle. Parts in the same class are also interchangeable, by the way, which is really good. For the normal cars, you need standard models that will let you work on little city cars, little hatchbacks, these sedans for instance. You need the performance models for really nice sporty cars, like if you see something that looks kind of like an old Corvette. Or there's also a pretty sporty four-seater. It doesn't look that fancy, that sporty, but that is a performance car. So that's something to know. So you want to make sure you've read these. Now when it comes to tools, if you want to swap a tire, you just need a jack and a lug wrench. Makes sense, just like real life. You can also pump up tires, by the way. So it's good to have a tire pump, but it's good to check the tire pressure now and then, but it's something a lot of people forget, and it's usually not a huge deal. Although, as it gets lower, the pressure, I think I've heard that you get a more saggy ride. It's more like your suspension is getting squishier. So it is good to check it now and then. You also need a wrench and a screwdriver. I did mention that before. And I just wanted to show you a couple of things, like what you can do at what level. So let me see. What is my mechanics level at the moment? Fresh character should be 0. Yep, that's correct. So if you want to swap a tire, it says here recommended skill mechanics 1 and chance of success 65%. Anytime you get this message, chance of success, chance of damage, well, it kind of already says it right there. So if you fail, it takes damage. So let's just give that a try. It's now 81%, and we failed, so it's down to 72%. So yeah, you could lose about 10%. It can be less though. Sometimes if you really have to, you can take that chance, take that gamble, but just know that it's a thing that can happen. Let's try it again. There. Now this time it worked. But if we install it, we again get chance of success, chance of damage. So again, you have the chance to fail, and a chance to damage, and then it's still not installed. So that's really rough. If you want to swap car parts and be really efficient about it, it might be good to make sure you have the recommended level, not just a level that's close enough to make it work. I think, by the way, I mentioned tire pressure. I think it affects the tire friction. So you do have more rolling resistance with poor pressure, but I haven't really noticed too much about it. It doesn't have a big impact on acceleration or anything. So if we give ourselves another level. Mechanics level up, let's go. And if we do it now, uninstall. Oh, that's the brake. I was thinking, why is that not working? Uninstall. That's suspension. There we go. I know how to find the tire. Uninstall. There. Recommended skills, mechanics 1 out of 1. And it doesn't say anything about chance of success. Now it's just always gonna work. Which is awesome. Sweet. So for this debug world, I did get the train mechanics mod, and this is really useful because it shows you what you can dismantle at what level. I would recommend it to most people, especially newer players, because you could just see what your character does. It does the battery, it does the radio, it does the headlights. It's also gonna do the wheels. Perfect. And the rear lights, then the wheels on the other side. And I think that's it. Sweet. Now, as you level up, you need to get more and more XP, but you also get the chance to do more and more to your car. So let's just give ourselves, oh, wrong window. Let's just give ourselves one more level. Level up. Perfect. So now we should also be able to remove the driver's seat for a bit more XP every day. And another seat. And at level 2 we could repair the hood but not swap it, so we're not going to do that. you do get the chance to uninstall the hood. And you can do it if you have a car that you really don't care about. You can try it, but you might fail, you might damage it. But if you do succeed, you do get XP. So, you know, it's something... But yeah, we just failed, and then we did succeed. So yeah, you can get XP, but it's best to wait another level. So at 2 you can repair the hood, at 3 you can swap the hood. At 5 you can swap the windshield. Let's see if there's more we can do at level 2. Tray mechanics. I think that's it. I think it's just the seats that are extra on level 2. Beautiful. Now let's also install the seats. You can just kind of mess around with stuff. And it should still, the tray mechanics mod should still do all the other stuff. Now I'm gonna give myself another level of mechanics. Level up. Open the menu again. So now we can do the hood. I think we can do the windows at level 3. Yep. We can't do the doors yet, right? No. Again, we can, but there's a chance of failure, so let's just say it's not recommended. So let's just try mechanics again, see if there's not anything we're missing. Of course, you could check the wiki if you don't want to use this mod. If you want to play vanilla and you just want a nice overview of what you can do, check the wiki, or just check manually every part in here. See what it says, which level you need for which parts. So yeah, it did do the door windows. Let's just try one more level. Actually, it doesn't matter. Let's just check out some things and just right click. So at level 1 you could do the tires. How about the brakes? For the brakes you need mechanics level 6, which is pretty high. Suspension is probably also something like that, level 6. We can do the doors at level 4. That could be important. Windshield at level 5. And if you're 2 levels away, there's not a 65% chance of success, but only 50%. So then it's like, oof, that is really rough. But I don't think the damage should be any higher. So yeah, I just wanted to add this bit of information because I felt like, you know, for a guide it was a little lacking, a little incomplete. And same with mechanics levels. As your metalworking levels go up, you have a better chance of doing better repairs when you do use metalworking, you know? It probably won't affect those repairs with screws and metal sheet, but it will affect the repairs with metal sheet and propane. And yeah, let's see. Oh, another good thing to check would be the gas tank condition doesn't matter all that much, but the muffler condition does matter. I always forget that the muffler exists. So for the muffler you also need level 5. And I don't think you can repair it at all, at least not when it's in the car. Let's see if we can repair it when we have it on us. Average muffler, type heavy duty, so at this point it's 71 condition. And no, I did have a mod in the past that let me fix it up, but sadly in vanilla you can't patch it up. That's okay, you can find mufflers in car shops though, in like auto shops I mean, so it's not too bad. So basically all of these things you can patch up. A notable exception is the glove box. You can't repair it, ever. You can uninstall it, I guess. Put in a different one. Oh, I did try mechanics, my bad. No, I did uninstall. No, you can't. You can't even uninstall the glove box. So the glove box is always fixed to the car, but it doesn't matter. I don't even think it affects the storage space in the glove box. I think that's always fixed to like 10 in these vans, and I think also 10 in most pickup trucks and stuff. So that's not an issue. I think there's another part that you can't swap or repair, but I don't know off the top of my head. One more thing to know. The radio is actually the same kind of radio you find in homes. So you can get a ham radio, install it in the car, really cool. Or if you're ever lacking batteries, you can just drop the radio on the floor, go to device options, take the battery out of a radio, even though it's a car radio, which is so weird, but I understand why it's how it is, because, you know, it's a game. There's going to be some limitations. So yeah, I just thought I had to explain a little bit more about mechanics, because there are some things that are good to know, like, you know, sometimes you really want to swap a tire, and it's easy to miss with this whole wall of information that it might take some damage, and you might think that's worth the risk. It's not a huge deal. If you have a 65% chance of success, you know, 10% damage to a tire isn't the end of the world. You could probably find more. But yeah, okay, now I'm gonna wrap it up for real. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful. Let me know if you want to learn anything else, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.